Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 15, texts 14, 15 and 16. So, 14 and 15. Gayat Gayantyam Chitraratha Sugati Avarodhana Iti Trayah Putraha Babhuvuh Chitrarathat Purnayam Samrat Ajanishta Tatah Utkalayam Marichih Maricheh Bindumatyam Bindum Anudapadyata Tasmat Saraghayam Madhu Nama Abhavat Madhoh Sumanasi Veeravratah Tatah Bhojayam Manthu Pramanthu Jagnyate Manthoh Satyayam Bhauvanah Tatah Doshanayam Tvashta Ajanishta Tvashtuh Virochanayam Virajah Virajasya Shatajit Pravaram Putrashatam Kanya Cha Vishuchyam Kila Jatam Gayat Gayantyam Chitraratha Sugatir Avarodhana Iti Trayah Putra Babhuvush Chitrarathad Urnayam Samrad Ajanishta Tata Utkalayam Marichir Maricher Bindumatyam Bindum Anudapadyata Tasmat Saraghayam Madhur Nama Bhavan Madhoh Sumanasi Veeravratastato Bhojayam Manthu Pramanthu Jagnyate Manthoh Satyayam Bhauvanastato Dushanayam Tvashtajanishta Tvashtur Virochanayam Virajo Virajasya Shatajit Pravaram Putrashatam Kanyacha Vishuchyam Kilajatam Gayat from Maharaj Gaya Gayantyam and his wife named Gayanti Chitraratha named Chitraratha Sugati named Sugati Avarodhana named Avarodhana Iti thus Trayah three Putraha sons Babhuvuh were born Chitrarathat from Chitraratha Urnayam in the womb of Urna Samrat named Samrat Ajanishta was born Tatah from him Utkalayam in his wife named Utkala Marichih named Marichi Maricheh from Marichi. You see the difference Marichih and Maricheh. So you can understand a little bit of Sanskrit. These are called actually declensions. Declensions means the word will change, like Utkalayam, in his wife, Utkala, in Utkala. So like that, Bindumatyam, in the womb of his wife Bindumati. Bindum means a son named Bindu. So declensions means a change of the word, like Parasharat means from Parashara. So these are all Sanskrit grammar. If you pay some attention, you can understand Sanskrit. You can understand next time when you read, when you see this word, oh, this means that from Kṛṣṇāt means from Krishna. Kṛṣṇena means by Krishna, like that. Bindumatyam, in the womb of his wife Bindumati. Bindum, a son named Bindu. Anudapadyata, Anudapadyata, was born. Tasmat, from him. Saraghayam, in the womb of his wife Saragha. Madhu, Madhu, Nama, named. Abhavat, was born. Madhoho, from Madhu. Sumanasi, in the womb of his wife Sumana. Veeravrataha, a son named Veeravrata. Tataha, from Veeravrata. Bhojayam, in the womb of his wife Bhoja. Manthu Pramanthu, two sons named Manthu and Pramanthu. Jajñate, were born. Mantho, from Manthu. Satyayam, in his wife Satya. Bhauvanaha, a son named Bhauvana. Tataha, from him. Dushanayam, in the womb of his wife Dushana. Tvashta, one son named Tvashta. Ajanishta, was born. Tvashtuhu, from Tvashta. Virochanayam, in his wife named Virochana. Virajaha, a son named Viraja. Virajasya, of King Viraja. Shatajit Pravaram, headed by Shatajit. Putra Shatam, 100 sons. Kanya, a daughter. Cha, also. Vishuchyam, in his wife Vishuchi. Kila, indeed. Jatam, to birth. Translation by Tattvavit dāsa Tattvavit dāsa Swami Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: in the womb of Gayanti, Maharaj Gaya begot 3 sons named Chitraratha, Sugatha and Avarodhana. In the womb of his wife Purna, Chitraratha begot a son named Samrat. The wife of Samrat was Utkala, and in her womb Samrat begot a son named Marichi. In the womb of his wife Bindumati, Marichi begot a son named Bindu. In the womb of his wife Saragha, Bindu begot a son named Madhu. In the womb of his wife named Sumana, Madhu begot a son named Veeravrata. In the womb of his wife Bhoja, Veeravrata begot 2 sons named Manthu and Pramanthu. In the womb of his wife Satya, Manthu begot a son named Bhauvana, and in the womb of his wife Dushana, Bhauvana got a son named Tvashta. In the womb of his wife Virochana, Tvashta begot a son named Viraja. The wife of Viraja was Vishuchi, and in her womb Viraja begot 100 sons and 1 daughter. Of all these sons, the son named Shatajit was predominant. So I'll just read the next one. Tatrayam shlokaha. I did not mean for you to repeat, but yeah, let's repeat. Prayavratam vamshamimam virajascharamodbhavaha akarod atyalam kirtya Vishnuh Suraganam Yatha. Tatra, in that connection, Ayam Shlokaha. There is this famous verse. Prayavratam, coming from King Priyavrata. Vamsham, the dynasty. Imam, this. Virajaha, King Viraja. Charama Udbhavaha, the source of 100 sons, headed by Shatajit. Akarot, decorated. Ati Alam, very greatly. Kirtya, by his reputation. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Suraganam, the demigods. Yatha, just as. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: There is a famous verse about King Viraja. Because of his high qualities and wide fame, King Viraja became the jewel of the dynasty of King Priyavrata, just as Lord Vishnu, by his transcendental potency, decorates and blesses the demigods. Please repeat. There is a famous verse about King Viraja. Because of his high qualities and wide fame, King Viraja became the jewel of the dynasty of King Priyavrata, just as Lord Vishnu, by his transcendental potency, decorates and blesses the demigods. Purport: Within a garden, a flowering tree attains a good reputation because of its fragrant flowers. Similarly, if there is a famous man in a family, he is compared to a fragrant flower in the forest. Because of him, an entire family can become famous in history. Because Lord Kṛṣṇa took birth in the Yadu dynasty and the Yadavas have remained famous for all time. Because of King Viraja's appearance, the family of Maharaj Priyavrata has remained famous for all time. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 5th canto, 15th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the glories of the descendants of King Priyavrata. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so these are the last 2 verses of the 15th chapter of 5th canto, and after this there is the description of the cosmology of the Vedas, of the Puranic cosmology. So in these 2 verses, the names of the descendants are mentioned. In fact, for a long time, for many years, I've been thinking of making a whole database of names of males and females from the Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita can be used. I don't know where it is, but I don't like, even if I think I saw once, but because there is no reference, like one word, one name is there, and then where is it stated and what is the meaning and some context. So I wanted to make it like that. For many years I've been thinking, but never really did it. But you see how he remembers all these names. Sometimes some of the personalities are sidelined. For example, in the womb of his wife Bhoja, Veeravrata begot two sons named Manthu and Pramanthu. Now Manthu's descendants are mentioned. Pramanthu is nowhere here. What happened to his family? Nobody knows. I mean, maybe in other places in the Veda, I mean, Puranas is there, but the important branches of the dynasties are mentioned here. And even in the 100 sons of Viraja, the son named Shatajit was predominant. Others are not really mentioned that much. So all these are mentioned. Now here it is said, Prayavratam Vamshamimam Virajas Charamodbhavaha Akarod Atyalam Kirtya Vishnu Suraganam Yatha. So Kirtya means, what is Kirti? Nothing. No processing. Never heard the word Kirti in your life. Huh? Indian name. It's all your understanding of Kirti. Kirti is actually a very important word for Vaishnavas to know. You know why? Huh? Music. Not song music. So let's understand. Kirti means fame. Fame. Kirti means fame, remember. So Kirtana means what? It comes from the word Kirti. Yeah. Make famous. Glorify. So actually Krishna is already famous. But to propagate his fame, to increase his fame in this world, not increase exactly, to glorify, to serve his fame, is Kirtana. So that's why Kirtana means not only singing. What is Sankirtan? What is Sankirtan? Going out collecting. That is not Sankirtan at all. Collecting is not real Sankirtan. Do you know? Yeah. Congregational glorification. No. It's a basic. Prabhupada always used. Collecting is not Sankirtan. Wrong. Sankirtan means to glorify. Book distribution is Sankirtan. Harinam, and we also say Harinam usually when we go out. Like here we don't, because Singapore is not allowed. We're going for Harinam, they say. It has become part of the devotional lingo. Going for Harinam. But actually Harinam means what? The name of Krishna. The actual word for that is Nagar Sankirtan. Nagar means city. Sankirtan means to go about in the city or town singing. Nagar Sankirtan is going around chanting, doing kirtan on the streets like other countries we can do. And Sankirtan also means book distribution, because we are glorifying the Lord, spreading His glories by distributing the book. If only we are collecting, like sometimes, that is begging alms. But it has become like that, and Buddhists don't know what is actually meaning. Sankirtan means Bahubhir Militva Kirtayati iti Sankirtanam. That is the definition of Sankirtan. Bahubhir Militva means when many people come together and glorify the Lord or sing. Sing is also glorification. Class is also glorification. That's why class is also Kirtan. Book distribution is also Kirtan, because we are glorifying. We are spreading the Kirti of Krishna, the fame of Krishna. Now you understand why the word kirti is important for us. Because kirtan comes from the word kirti. We are increasing or spreading the fame of Krishna, making Krishna known to all those forgetful souls. So, Atyalam Kirtya Vishnu Surganam Yatha. By his reputation. So when we say Kirtana, Kirtana means to glorify, to increase the fame. But Krishna is all famous. He is already having the fame. He is known in the spiritual world, all the Vaikuntha planets, Golok Vrindavan, and most of the planets in the material world, he is known. Or he is known by many other names also in other religions. So he is known. Why we should increase his fame? How can we increase his fame? What is the answer to my question? What was my question? Attention is like, goldfish attention you have. You know what's a goldfish? Goldfish attention is maximum 3 seconds. That's all. Beyond that, cannot. Brain doesn't work. Switch off already. Please be attentive now. Hello. What am I speaking for? I don't understand. So why we should, how can we increase Krishna's fame when he's already all famous? That is because some souls are forgetful. They forgot Krishna by their own enviousness. So to remind them of Krishna, to make Krishna known to all the people who have forgotten Krishna. So although it looks like we are increasing the fame of Krishna, we are not increasing the fame of Krishna, we are actually reminding people of Krishna, of their relationship with Krishna. So Krishna says, Mrityu Sarvaharashchaham. Even for the atheist who is completely forgotten Krishna, Krishna comes as death. He shows that he is there. His power cannot be, he cannot be overpowered. Like nobody can overpower death. So like that. Like when we say, what is that? Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glories to Shri Krishna Sankirtan. Or we say, Jayati Jana Nivasa. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. When we say Jai, Jai means what? Huh? Jai means what? Jai means what? Victory. Victory. So Jai or Vijay means victory. So all glories, all victory to Sankirtan, all victory to, Panchatattva. What does that mean? Are we like when somebody, like when Ravan's son Indrajit was going? So many instances like that. The father or the elders in the family, they bless Vijayi Bhava. Vijayi Bhava means may you be victorious. So that is like blessing somebody to become victorious. So when we say Jaya, we are similarly saying, may there be all victory for Sankirtan, may there be all glories. That does not mean we are blessing the Lord. It is actually said in that, I think, 1090-48 maybe. I don't know exactly where it is mentioned. It is mentioned that when we say, may there be all glory for the Lord is already glorious. Why we should say there should be some glory for the Lord? What is the meaning? And when we kirtana, when we glorify the Lord, why should he be glorified? Is he not famous enough? He's all famous. So the reason is, by doing it, it appears like we are blessing, or it appears that we are wishing well for the Lord, oh, may you be victorious. But actually, Lord is already victorious. By saying it, we become victorious. Our life becomes victorious. By serving the already victorious nature of the Lord. So we can never increase the fame of Krishna. That cannot happen. But to remind them of Krishna, that is a service. That is a service because Krishna's mission in this world is dharma samsthapana. Sthapana means what? Establish. Samsthapana means what? So always we should understand the prefix sam is actually coming from the word samyak. In the Sanskrit is samyak. Samyak sthapana, samsthapana. Samyak kirtan, samkirtana. Samyak means completely, profusely. So samsthapana means, establish everywhere, widely established. So dharma samsthapana arthaya, for the reason, for the sake of widely establishing the dharma, Krishna comes. And for us to serve in that mission is our fortune if we do so. Just like Arjuna, he fought in the war and his kirti, fame, became known. His reputation was known as, even today we call him a great fighter. But actually he was just an instrument in Krishna's already decided plan of killing all the Kauravas and all those people. They were already killed by the arrangement of the Lord. But Arjuna became an instrument. Similarly, when Krishna is already victorious, his mission is also victorious. We will come to that. Okay, let's see this verse. Yadatra kriyate karma bhagavat paritoshanam jnanam yattad adhinam hi bhakti yoga samanvitam. 1.5.35 Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the meaning? Whatever work is done here in this life for the satisfaction of the mission of the Lord is called bhakti yoga, or transcendental loving service to the Lord, and what is called knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. What is a concomitant factor? What is concomitant factor? Concomitant factor means, you see the translation? That which is like a side effect. That which also comes with it. Yeah, it accompanies. It accompanies it. So the knowledge becomes a side effect of bhakti. So when we engage in devotional service with attention, of course. If we do without attention, because Krishna said, Mayarpita manobuddhi, when we engage in Krishna's service, whatever little service we are doing, that service should be done attentively. Like when we are chanting, we should try to chant attentively. When we are doing something, some seva, we should pay attention to all the detail of that seva and do it nicely. Krishna does not gain or lose by our attentive or inattentive service, but we gain or lose by our attentive or inattentive service. So, when we are speaking, we have to be attentive. For example, I see some devotees, when they give a lecture, the topic of the class is one thing, their lecture goes somewhere else, like completely disconnected. So that is not being attentive to the service that is we are currently doing. When I am speaking about something, I should be attentive to what is the subject matter, for example. And I should speak on that subject matter, my realizations about that subject matter, whatever I have realized from reading and studying and hearing other devotees. So that is attentive service. And when I am supposed dressing the deities, I should make sure that all the dressing is nicely done. And if I do not know how to do, I should pay attention to how other deities are dressed in other temples. I should pay attention. Oh, they did like that. Okay, I will try this. So I should see. And cooking. Cooking also attention. How much salt? How much? No salt are there. How much quantity? There are 20 people. I cook for 5 people. Cannot. That is not being attentive to the service. And timing, punctuality, quantity, quality. So all this is attentiveness. In every seva that we do, whatever service it is. If I am sweeping, for example, I have to attentive. Okay, what are the corners? I am not actually cleaning that part. If you see Gundicha Marjan, Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he was, the competition was who will collect more dust. They were, like for example, this on top of the air condition, on top of that, the dome of Prabhupada, you see how much dust is there because nobody touches that. And all the pipe, what is that, casing on top of that. So like that, to be attentive, where are the flat surfaces, horizontal, on that they will be collecting dust. So attentiveness. So everything we have to be attentive, and if we are doing something, we have to think about all the details. So that is attentive service. So when we are doing attentive service like that, that's when our realizations will deepen. So when we are doing attentive service, tesham satata yuktanam, and actually this is practically experienced by devotees. If we do attentive service, whatever we read, right, we will get realizations. Because Kṛṣṇa from within, he will give us intelligence. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayanti. This happens to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love. I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So he gives the understanding. This is what is meant by knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. The realization of the knowledge, whatever we have read. For example, we are reading something. Let's say, what an example. For any example, actually. But say, for example, Bhishma Dev. He was lying on the bed of arrows and he was meditating on the Lord. And he said that to save your promise to the devotee, that your devotee will never be perished, and in fact, to actually save his own promise, Bhishma Dev's promise, Kṛṣṇa took up weapon. And Bhishma Dev remembered that, and he spoke that in the verse. See how attentive he was. Although he was a warrior on the battlefield and he was, shooting out arrows, he has to be attentive to all the arrows coming from every single side, and he has to nullify those arrows and defeat those soldiers and kill them. He was very attentive, and he was meditating on the form of Kṛṣṇa, where he took up the broken chariot wheel to charge against him. So he remembered that. See how attentive he was. While being attentive, that's why. Mam anusmara yudhyacha. Kṛṣṇa says, think of me and at the same time engage in the fighting. This is another example, garlands. You see how to be attentive and make nice garlands. Improve. So if I'm making everything all right, okay, next improve. How to make it better. So something like this. So every service can be done like that. And if we always constantly think like that, okay, how to do more service, how to do better service, whatever I am doing, how to do better. That's how I must think. That is devotee. Then we will be attentive. Even hearing also attentive. Not that, going on, my attention is somewhere else, or I'm nicely snoring away, or, even reading has to be like that. Reading, there is no option but to be attentive, because you cannot read otherwise. Hearing, even if you are inattentive, the sound will again, because I'm speaking or somebody is speaking, because of the sound, maybe sometimes I may pay attention, sometimes I may not pay attention. And some things I may grasp, even if I'm not attentive. But when I'm reading, I have to pay attention. Otherwise, I'm going to not understand anything. So, when we do it with attention, seva, then knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. This is also stated in this famous verse which Prabhupada always quoted. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha Janayatyasu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayad Ahaitukam. 127 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Where is your notebook? That is also attentiveness. Otherwise, I'm not attentive because it will go in here, come out here, and then that's it, gone forever. When we capture it, then you see what we have to do. You see what we have to do here. 12, 13, 18. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramaham Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam Tachrinman Supathan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchyennara. Three things. The last line. Tat Shrinman. Shrinman means what? No, say. Say. What? I cannot hear what you say. Thank you. Yes, correct. So Pathan. Pathan means what? Studying, reciting. And Vicharana. Vicharana means inquiry, no. No, Vichar. Yes, to contemplate. Vicharana. That means we have to think of. See, this is called inattentiveness. Connected to the power source but not to the laptop. This is exactly what I'm speaking. Case in point. So that is called inattentiveness. All this is nonsense, So Prabhupada was I'll give you a nice story. I just read. So anyway, so Shrinman, Supathan, Vicharana, Paraha, Bhaktya, with devotion, not simply like a dry speculator. Then Vimuchyan Naraha, then we will be, Vimuchya means Vimukti. Will be liberated from the material entanglement. So this shloka is about Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam, the spotless Purana. This Bhagavatam should be heard, recited and studied and contemplated upon regularly. How am I going to do that if I'm not going to take notes? Unless you are in another yuga like Satya Yuga where you can, once heard, never forget, whole life. That type of eidetic memory. But we don't have. We are Kali Yuga. So not right. And then you can do Vicharana, you can study. If you have time, if you finish your round. If I am attentive in my chanting, then I can finish my round very fast. Because they are not attentive. So I cannot finish. Whole day cannot finish 16 rounds. So all this it boils down to attention. Attention is the most important thing. Because an attention comes from where? Sincerity. If I am sincere, I will be attentive. For example, if I want money, I will be sincere in what I do to get that money. So wherever my interest is, there my sincerity will be. If I want to become a soccer player, I will be very interested in, if you see the greatest soccer players, the greatest cricket players, the greatest businessmen or what, any free time, they will go and do that. Even if, like Mridanga player, they will just be beating on their thighs sometimes or knees. Even if there is no Mridanga. Dedication is next only. First, I must have interest. Then I must have sincerity. Am I interested? Because if there is sincerity, then there is interest. I should be sincere means what? To be actually be invested in that. So then comes determination. Then I will do whatever it takes to get that. Because I'm so interested, I'm so sincere about achieving that goal. But when we are not, then it becomes like a dragging our feet. Okay. That becomes like that. When I'm not sincere, when I'm not interested in going back to Godhead. Because I lose track of the why am I even doing this? I'm just doing because others are looking at me. I should fit in. If that is my thing, then I'm not interested at all. There's no sincerity there. Sincere means even if nobody is looking, I should know that Paramatma is there looking at me. And I should actually be interested in my own advancement. Why I should not read? I should read. I should know more. I want to know more about Krishna. That is being sincere. That is being interested in Krishna. If I love someone, then I will want to know about that person more and more. What is that person's hobbies, or what does he or she likes, so that I can gift that. So this is how when Valentine's Day has happened, people will be gifting. But how does that happen? First of all, you have to know that person more, so that you can gift the right thing to that person, right? If that is common, if that is true even for like mundane, stupid relationships in this material world, what to speak of our relationship with Krishna? What he likes, what should I do? What he likes that I yasya prasadat bhagavad prasad. So Krishna likes when the pure devotee is satisfied. Okay, let me satisfy pure devotee. How to satisfy? Okay, he gave instructions. Let me follow that. Let me follow nicely, and not just to satisfy him. Why I should satisfy him? Because I have to be interested in my own spiritual advance. Otherwise, I'll think I'm a slave. I have to satisfy him. Why I should satisfy him? I want to be satisfied. But if I don't understand that my satisfaction depends on Krishna's satisfaction, which depends on the pure devotee's satisfaction, then I know, and then I see the connection. Then I will engage myself properly. So it all boils down to interest, greed. There's a beautiful verse. CC Adi, Madhya 869. Oh, until now I haven't. Hare Krishna. What did I just do? I am also 12, 13, 18. So this verse, you see, Nanopachara krita pujanamārta bandhoh premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukha vidrutam syat yavat kshudasti jathare jaratha pipasa tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshya peye. Kshut pipasa. Kshut means what? Hunger. Pipasa means thirst. Yavat kshudasti. Asti means there is. Yavat means as long as. As long as there is hunger and thirst, anything you eat will taste very nice. As long as there is hunger and thirst. Like even something that is not nice also will feel very nice. Tavat sukhaya bhavato nanubhakshya peya. Similarly, if we have hunger for Krishna, if we have thirst for Krishna, whatever service, we will be very happy. Premnaiva bhakta hridayam sukhavidrutam syat. We should have that hunger for Krishna. Otherwise, suppose I have no hunger. Somebody asks me to eat. Although it's my favorite, say, sweet. Say, what is that? Mysore pak or, whatever, badshah, gulab jamun, whatever. If you are full, you can put the best food in front of you, you will not be interested. You will want to vomit. Right? No, you want to eat. Become fat. Vomit and eat again. So, We will not be interested when our stomach is full. Even our favorite dish won't attract us because there's no more thirst or no more hunger. Similarly, if we have no hunger for Krishna, then whatever service we're doing, we just do just the bare minimum and just get out the window, get out the door, and okay, done. Next. I'm not interested because I have no hunger for Krishna. So, Nanopachar. Upachar means worship. Like, when we do Upachar, Shodasopachar. You know what is Shodasopachar? Thank you. Shodasa means 16. Shodasa means 16. Upachar means offerings. So 16 things that you offer every day. Achaman, Madhuparka, Asana, Snana, Padyam, Arghya, Snana, Abharana, Vastra. All these things, Abhishek, all these things are Shodasha Upachar. 16 things that is called deity worship. Very good. Don't know exactly whatever you're doing, don't know. This is called when I'm not interested. I should be interested. I have to read about deity worship. If there is interest, then yes, I will read up. Nana upachara krita pujanam. So when we do all that, not only this upachar is not limited to the deity worship. Worship of Krishna happens with our computer, with our phone, by using it in Krishna's service. That is also upachar, offering that technology to Krishna by posting something about Krishna or writing something about Krishna or editing video for Krishna or writing letters, management. We have so many things to run the temple operations. So all these things are upachara. Nana means various. When we engage in Krishnartha Akhila Cheshta, for Krishna's sake, we have to engage in all kinds of services. When we engage like that, as long as we have the hunger for Krishna, I have to do this nicely for Krishna. Krishna should be satisfied. I want to satisfy. Then everything will be very enjoyable. There will never be a stale moment in Krishna consciousness. There will never be a boring moment in Krishna consciousness as long as we have that hunger for Krishna. So if I am cleaning, I have to clean nicely for Krishna. If I am washing, I have to wash nicely. Chanting nicely. Hearing nicely, attentively. Oh, I want to know more about Krishna. Or if I'm doing something, do it attentively, with full attention, with full interest. Not that I tried something, did not happen. If I'm really hungry, means I will do anything to get that done. So that hunger, getting driving license for Krishna. You will do anything for Krishna. Yes, I must do. I tried, I'll close. Yeah, of course, closing time you go, morning all sleep and then evening go there, closing time you go, nothing will be there, of course. Driving also for Krishna only. And while driving, maintain the car properly for Krishna vehicles, all marks, dents, and so this is all not proper, not all inattentiveness. So, when we are interested in Krishna, then we will do everything nicely for Krishna. Then we will be satisfied anywhere. Just like any food, even if not so good, will taste very nice if we have hunger. So even though when conditions are not very nice, say there's a lot of tapasya. Like, when we went to Prayagraj, at one point, of course the transport, we could not actually do it because of the transport problems. But, at one point we were considering actually staying in the tent there. And I went and looked at the tent, how it was? Cow shed, like a cow shed. Some grass was there, strewn all over, and then you have to sleep on that, and that's it. Open to the elements, that's it, full open. Imagine the cold and everything staying. It's not comfortable. But if I want to preach, if I want to know, we have to sell books, if I have to, do something, we will do anything. But we did not do that. Because the transport was not actually possible to, because it was last minute. We did not have the proper clearances. and everything. But at least we got some experience from that. But the thing is this, that for Krishna, if we are willing to do anything for Krishna, it doesn't matter. No proper comfort, doesn't matter at all. Anywhere, anytime, whatever, I'll do. So that is called hunger for Krishna. So utsahan, enthusiasm, nischayat, determination, and dhairyat, patience. These three things are very important. In fact, I learned this when Prabhu was giving class in Russia, in Kursk, the town very nearby the border of Ukraine. So we were there, and one devotee asked how to preach. It's very discouraging many times. Actually, he did not ask like that. It's very difficult to preach. So Prabhupada was mentioning, and I did not think about it that way, that the application of that verse, that utsaha nischaya dhairya. I think 3, right? So what is this? Utsaha nischaya dhairya tattat karma pravartanat sangatyaga sato vritte shadbhir bhakti prasiddhyati. Letter of instruction 3. What is that? Utsaha nischaya dhairya. Enthusiasm, confidence, and determination, and patience. If we go and try to preach and start a temple, it's very discouraging because you're all alone and you have to do everything. But if we are serious about Krishna's glories must go, everybody should know. All this, if I'm starting chanting, this whole town should know about Krishna. The whole city should know about Krishna. Nobody should be remaining without knowing what is Hare Krishna. That should be the goal. And not only one city, one town, whole world. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all said, Prithvi Dhachu Jatan Nagaradigram. Jatan Nagaradigram. It means how many ever towns and villages and cities that there are on the earth, my name will be known. It's not the case now. So we have to spread. So until that happens, we should not rest. We should be more and more interested how to spread even more, how to increase the book distribution, how to this like Deepavali fair. Where else can I go? What else can I do to increase the book distribution? Okay, online. How to increase online sales? Can we start an online shop in Amazon? All these things we must think about. Always making plans and trying to find out how to make that work. Recently, Devaki Mataji in Hyderabad, she has been selling Bhagavatams from her home. Sitting in the home with WhatsApp, calling people, messaging them, selling Bhagavatams. I think she sold about 6 to 7 sets in the last 1.5 months of Bhagavatam. Very inspiring. And we should also start. The whole Prabhupada's book set, sell like that. So we have to think always how to increase, for businessmen, how to pitch to different people. Universities, can we put that in the libraries of the universities, of the colleges, junior colleges, schools, approach the management, what is the contact number? All these things we must think about how to increase. Never rest. How to bring the young people from the universities to our temple. How to have some programs. How to maybe you can do another exhibition type of thing where, I was always thinking of this inflatable exhibition. Like, the Jagannath Baldev Subhadra in our Rath Yatra, the inflatable one. If you can do nice ones with nice shape, you can do so many things. All the pastimes, the dioramas that Bhaktisiddhanta used to do, like Bhagavad Gita itself, we can do a lot of model. I was getting so many ideas. Like this, we can do maybe some venue, like art galleries will be there. Maybe some kind of thing where we can have a program, an auditorium somewhere. And we can have this exhibition, some kirtan, some drama, something. Always must think. Like Gaur Purnima, usually our calculation is how? 200 people will come maximum. That's it, cook for 200. And after 20 years, 200 people will come maximum, cook for 200 people. When it is going to increase? You must think, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he should be known by more people. What can we do? What programs can we do? What videos can we make to get this message out? Always thinking. That is called utsahan, enthusiastic. Not be satisfied with, I'm getting my breakfast now, good. Nice, Prasad. Wow, very nice. I'll eat for 1 hour. Not like this. Then we'll fall down. Nischaya, confidence. Okay, confidence. Okay, there will be a lot of hurdles, but Krishna will somehow protect, somehow he will give idea, something he will make. So that confidence in Krishna, not in ourselves. Like motivational speaker, you can do it. Not that kind of confidence. You cannot do it. Krishna can do it. We have to just surrender to Krishna. Dhairya, by patience. Patience. Everything, many things may go wrong. Or somebody may not accept, somebody may insult us, somebody may accuse us. We have to be patient. Okay, never mind. One day he will come. Let's go to the next one. Like making members, for example. All this, everything have to be attentive, enthusiastic, confidence and patience. Then, Krishna consciousness will be super blissful. Navanavarasa, dhamanyuddatam rantamas. Every second will be newer and newer taste. When Acharya said like that, every moment there will be a newer and newer taste of Krishna. When I'm chanting, there's no so much newer and newer taste. I want millions of tongues. And we think, I'm not feeling the same way. Maybe it's just lying, they're just exaggerating. No, they're not exaggerating. The thing is because they have the greed for Krishna. That's why, He Nanda Suno Kutaha. Where are you, Krishna? Where are you? Always searching, always in that greed or hunger for Krishna. Then Krishna consciousness will be super blissful. Otherwise, it will be, Prabhupada said, Vigraha will become Galagraha. Vigraha means what, Vigraha means what? Huh? What is that? Murti, yes, deity. Galagraha means what? You know what is Graha? Graha means planets, right? Actually, why are they called? Correct. But why are they called Graha? Actually, what is Graha means? Dark. Grahanam. Grahanam means eclipse. Why is it called Graha? Graha means to capture. What is that? Crocodile is also called Graha. Lion is called Graha because they capture. So capturing is called Graha. Grahanam means the Rahu captures the sun, captures the moon. That's why it is called Grahanam. When something is captured by another thing. Of course, the covers them. So, Graha, why the planets are called Graha then? Because they capture our life. They force our existence, how we have to go. What we are supposed to experience. They capture us. We are completely under their control. That's why they're called Graha. Okay, so now Vigraha. Because the deity also actually captures us, our attention. And we will capture Krishna in our heart. The form is the capturing. Galagraha means what? Gala means what? Neck. Galagraha means this. Choking. Get choked. Prabhupada said if we don't have devotion to Krishna and if we are not attentive in our services, then Vigraha becomes Galagraha. We feel like we are being, suffocating. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. We are like just like always burden. It's a burden. It becomes a burden when we are not interested in Krishna. Because we are interested in something else and this is like coming in the way of our interest. It becomes a burden. Because my interest is somewhere else. If I'm interested in Krishna, just like the mother is interested in the child, so she will do anything for the child. So, like that. You will do anything for Krishna. Like for example, It's common to see mothers discuss, when mothers meet, they will, oh, my child is, he won the maths Olympiad. In India, this is all the nerds, their mothers will be like this. Oh, my son came first in class, you know, or, they will always, they try to glorify their children. They like the children very much. So, if we are interested in Krishna, we should also be, interested in glorifying him. Oh, Krishna is like this. If somebody is talking about something, 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 no relation to Krishna, and we have to introduce Krishna there. We have to be interested. So that's how Krishna consciousness becomes very blissful. If we are eager, if we are greedy, and that is this verse 8 or 17. कृष्ण भक्तिरस भावितामति क्रियतां यदि कुतोऽपि लभ्यते तत्र लौल्यमपि मूल्यमेकलं जन्म कोटिषु कृतैर्न लभ्यते. Laulyam means greed. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. Even if you do so much piety, we cannot actually get Krishna. It can be attained only by paying one price, that is intense greed to obtain it. If we are actually greedy, then Krishna consciousness can be easily available. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. Where it will be available? Where it will be available? How to purchase? Huh? I cannot hear. Yeah. You have to associate with those who are greedy for Krishna, hungry for Krishna. That is the kind of devotees we should associate with. And associate with means not like, Dandavad Pranam, all glories to you. You are a very great, what is that? Greedy devotee. Association means not proximity. Association means to be inspired and to take instruction and to work and assist. That is association. There's a story of just reading the other day. There was this devotee, what is his name? Vishal Das, Prabhupada's disciple. So he is like that. He will always like over glorify, over Dandavat and over. So one time, so Prabhupada usually like goes with the flow and finds it a little amusing and then somehow encouraging order. One day Prabhupada was not having it. So he was going out of the temple, Vrindavan or Krishna Balram Mandir. And then as the Prabhupada was going out, this devotee was, he memorized some glorifications of Bhagavatam. We have met your glory, your divine grace by the will of providence, or something like this. There was a translation of some shloka. He was chanting like that, and Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada immediately took his walking stick, which he only gifted him on Vyasa Puja, and then he tapped it on the ground. You see this puddle of water. Is it the will of providence that you can't see this? Can't you mop this out? Can't you take out this water here? Is it the will of providence that you are unable to see? Are you blind? Prabhupada scolded him. In front of Prabhupada going for a morning walk early in the morning. Then he said, sorry, I am blind. Yeah, you are blind. Open your eyes then. He said even blind also like in that mood only. Oh, I am actually very blind. I don't know anything. Yeah, you are blind. You open your eyes. Open your eyes and see. Be practical. Do something practical. Prabhupada said. Do something practical. And then he just walked out. So everybody was laughing. Everybody was like smiling. They did not laugh loudly, but everybody was like, because they know this devotee was like this. And of course, the devotee actually in the morning walk, the conversation. In fact, Prabhupada actually chastised him. He is not just glorifying and chanting and doing nothing. That's not devotee. Then the question was morning walk question was. Yeah, actually, this is the accusation that many people say that devotees they just chant and do nothing. They just they don't do anything productive. So of course, the Prabhupada answered, oh, devotee means you should be very productive. You should be fully 24-hour, 24/7 thinking about how to serve Krishna and actually serving Krishna, engaging. So, so that is greed, attention, paying attention to our service. So then, Kirtya. So Kirtya, all these names mentioned in the Bhagavatam, how much great they have to be for their name to be even mentioned in Bhagavatam, in the pages of Bhagavatam. So reputation. Reputation means people knowing you and people respecting you. But why? Okay, Krishna's kirtan we have to do. We have to glorify Krishna, but we should also have some reputation, in the society. This is not material reputation. Not that I should become famous, I should become something. I should be well known. Not like that. But when we are presenting Krishna, samsthapana means we have to establish this Krishna consciousness. We have to be known by people to be people of good character. People should know that, temple Hare Krishna means good people. They are very saintly, very knowledgeable. Not that I am speaking to Hare Krishna, they don't know anything. I also know more slokas than them. Like yesterday, we went to meet one person who donated to us last year. He wants to donate more. So he went to his house. He was also quoting Sanskrit slokas from Bhagavad Gita. You know that 15:15 verse? What is that? Louder, louder, louder. Don't whisper. Very good. Very good. He was chanting. So if they come and speak to our Hare Krishna devotees, if he speaks something and then he quotes some shlokas and preach Mayavadi, suppose, talk about Mayavadi kind of philosophy, and how are we going to counter? How are people going to learn anything? Like yesterday, one lady came, right, in the evening. She said, she likes our lectures. So, they should learn something when they come here. When you talk to a devotee, your situation should be better off than before meeting him. That means you have learned something now. I've learned something extra after talking to him or her. That's how it should be. Devotee means. Not that, I don't know anything. Somebody asked me a question, I don't know anything. Or, and when the people see the devotees, they should be inspired. Oh, how nicely they are serving Krishna. I should also serve Krishna. Not that whenever come, no devotees, no serving, no seva, nothing. If anything, the devotee will ask me to do and he will waste his time. He will push the thing to me and he will not do anything. That kind of thing should not be. If at all there is delegation, that should be only for this matter, that the time, that service is given to someone, so I can engage in some other higher responsible service. That's how the delegation should happen. Not that I give and then I just do nothing. So, devotee, reputation, there should be reputation. And Prabhupada said, if we follow the 4 principles and chant 16 rounds, we will automatically be respected in society. And unless we are respected, how will they will hear what we have to say? So for that reason, because we have to kirtan, we have to glorify Krishna, we have to spread Krishna's message, and if we have to spread, we have to speak, and they have to hear. And they will not hear if we don't show a good example. They will not be interested. Why is he talking now? Why should I hear him? He doesn't know anything, he character is like this and that. Then who will hear us? Or these people, So they should have a good impression about devotees. So for that, we don't need to behave something, we have to learn how to behave. No. Just follow our things. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasade swara. All the good qualities will automatically come into a devotee if he follows nicely. For example, if I am doing attentively my seva, whether it's chanting, reading, whether it's managerial work or sweeping the temple or cooking or deity worship, whatever it is, or organizing festivals, organizing whatever. Like you see, recently I was supposed to go to reunion, not attentive. Visa was not done properly, could not do. That is nonsense. It should not be a blunder. It's a debacle. So that's being inattentive in the service. That's rubbish. So you should not make. Of course, sometimes mistakes may happen, but if you are attentive, then they will not. So the lesson is we have to be more attentive in our service. So everything that we do, then if we are attentive to that, then we will also be attentive to devotees. Attentive to service is one thing. Attentive to devotees, how to help them, whether he is progressing or not. Because as we go more and more in Krishna consciousness, more number of years in our Krishna consciousness movement, more and more it becomes about dealing with devotees than the service itself. Of course, there is also service. Because, for example, in the beginning, maybe I'll sweep, I'll cook, and all that. In the more managerial, when we become more responsible, when there are more devotees, not that I should still cook. Then what they will do? They will just eat only and go back. No, we must think of it's there is two ways it can be done. So one way is I escape. Oh, there are other devotees. Okay, I don't need to do. That's one way of thinking. Another way is they should also be engaged. They should also learn how to do all these things. Not only I do everything. Sometimes some devotees are not comfortable. Like for example, they earn money and they give. And when they start a temple, they think that for the money of the temple, I should work and then I should start a temple. Why only you should give? Why can't everybody give? I should ask donation. I should not work. Not that, oh yeah, I will get nicely donation, I can eat nicely. That is a different way. When I'm using Krishna for my sense gratification, then yeah, people can donate and I can have an easy life. That's not what we are not working for. We are not working so that we can spend our full time in just doing Krishna's work. And how money will come? Well, we will ask, we will beg from others. Let them donate. Let them also contribute to this mission. So when there is services, when we are managing, when we are kind of, managing, then we have to engage more and more people, expand the service more, and then take higher responsibility. Prabhupada said delegation means increasing, how to increase the Seva and Krishna consciousness in our temple, in our movement. When people come, engage them in some service, and then we take higher responsibility and give them, train them up, and make them responsible. When they become responsible, they take on higher responsibilities and they engage others. So like this, we have to expand. So all this, so the thinking, how, with what mood are we doing it, that is important. So we should always think of how to engage more people, engage others, and train them up again. Engagement not just at their standard. No. They have to increase their standard also. Train them up. So like that, like in the beginning, Prabhupada was cooking, Prabhupada was cleaning, Prabhupada was lecturing, Prabhupada was doing kirtan, going out and doing kirtan, distributing books also, he was selling books also. Everything he was doing alone. But then later on, when more and more devotees came, you won't find Prabhupada in the Americas and selling books to the other devotees. You don't. Why? Oh, why Prabhupada is not doing now? Oh, he is lazy. No. He is translating. He is managing the devotees who are doing it. So when we become more responsible, then we have to deal with devotees. So if we have learned in our beginning of our Krishna consciousness how to serve with attentiveness in every service that we do, then will also be that attentiveness will then manifest in being attentive to devotees. Seeing that, oh, this devotee has not been careful in attending the classes. He's not attending the Mangalarti. He's not attending. So how to help? How to, help this devotee? Sometimes that means chastisement. Sometimes that means encouraging or giving some service so that he does not go back, stay here and do that. So in this way, somehow or other thinking of how to, and okay, he's doing this service, but things are not very smoothly done in that service, that department. Okay, how to advise him so that make it nice, make it smooth, make it more efficient, so that more can be done in that department. So in that way, we are dealing with devotees and training them. We will be attentive to the devotees, and when the devotees kind of uh, as irritating as you, silence it. There is a silent mode, It's a smartphone now, not so stupid phone. So it should also become a little bit smart when we're dealing with them. So, so everything that when we detail the job to someone, it is not that we just give the job to someone and let him do. No, no, no. We have to monitor them. That also attentiveness. So, in this way, when we do nicely, like it is said that Viraja, that devotee Viraja here, he was like Prabhupada gave the example in a garden. If there are many trees, if there is one fragrant tree, we will remember, everybody will know, hey, that tree is very fragrant, or that tree gives this fruit. So it becomes famous for something that it does for others, right? Fruit is giving me tree. The tree is giving me fruit, or the tree is giving me flowers. So it becomes, oh, this is very nice. So because it is giving nice fragrance to someone, it becomes famous. Malayasa Chandanam. So similarly, if we become a devotee, our family becomes glorified. For example, IS came. Not only our material family, our movement also should be well known, right? So unless we become good examples of devotees, then ISKM will not have a good name. I know ISKM devotees, these guys don't know anything at all. Like, what kind of reputation we have? We have to think of the reputation. Not that I should get respect. No. Prabhupada should not be insulted. If we are representing Prabhupada and I am a fool, I don't know anything, then it reflects on the spiritual master. No. This I know Ramakrishna Sadguru followers, they know many things. Or Ramakrishna followers know many things. They know Vedas, they can know so many slokas, they're all jnanis. I see these Prabhupada followers, they don't know anything. We cannot be like that. We should know more than anyone else. We should defeat everybody else, philosophy wise. Because who has greater philosophy than us? Like Bhaktisiddhanta we read the other day. And anybody would come and they will tremble to debate with him. People pass urine and stool, Really happened. They did not want to debate him. They chickened out last minute. They did not meet him. Passing urine and stool. That much fear, Why fear? Because his arguments would be insurpassable. Nobody can argue with him. That's how increase the reputation. We should know, therefore, our stuff. Not only, I read Bhagavad Gita, no. I read already. I'm Pandit now. I know already all Bhagavad Gita. That kind of attitude won't do. Because 100 times if we read also, we will find newer things. Bhagavatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reading Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj story for hundreds of times. Why? Because he was relishing it. And when we relish it, automatically we will become knowledgeable in that. We don't need to try to become knowledgeable. You know what is required to become Pandit? To know these things well. Not that I should know something, I should learn, I should remember. No. I should just have the interest. I should have the interest in knowing. I should have the interest in Kṛṣṇa. I should know about Kṛṣṇa. Oh, yeah. People will argue that, for example, the other day what we were discussing. Yeah. Somebody was saying that, in Prabhupada, we don't have to. This argument was just yesterday. Proddatur, our ISKM Proddatur, was challenged by the ISKCON temple president. Debate they had. Our devotees had IS-77 with them. You know what he brought? His document. He printed out the May 28th, 1977 conversation and highlighted the word Grand Disciple and came to the debate. That's his preparation. And on Bhagavad Gita as it is. He said, you see, introduction last towards the end, Prabhupada is saying that if even one person becomes a pure devotee, I will consider my movement a success. See? That means you're saying not even a single pure devotee, Prabhupada could not make. That means he is not successful, is what you're saying. That's why he cannot become gurus. The argument was like this. Now, we should have counter arguments to defeat that. Otherwise, Prabhupada is being, we will be known as, oh, we don't have an answer. Yeah, Prabhupada cannot make one devotee also. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Doesn't make any damn sense at all. Because Prabhupada has given the formula how to become a pure devotee. Okay? If I don't take the formula, like doctor can give the medicine. If I don't take it, I don't follow the diet, I don't follow the physiotherapy or whatever it is, how am I going to benefit? Then Prabhupada said that all my god brothers are useless. That means what? Bhaktisiddhanta is useless. He could not make proper devotees. That's how we should argue. It does not mean that for a pregnancy to happen, the man must be potent and the woman must be fertile. Then combination there will be pregnancy. If man is potent, woman is not fertile, then what is the use? Cannot happen. If the woman is fertile, man is not potent, then what is the use? Also pregnancy won't happen. So both must be there. So similarly, the speaker or the guru must be potent. The disciple also must be potent. He cannot be an idiot. If I am an idiot, I will not become successful. Not that because somebody is a pure devotee, all his disciples will be pure devotees. No. Then why Bhaktisiddhanta had so many useless disciples? Prabhupada said useless. Because they cannot preach. Why? Bhaktisiddhanta was not capable enough to inspire them? Are you saying that Bhaktisiddhanta is now at fault? What does that mean? That means we have to take it. Of course, Prabhupada, you know what Prabhupada said? What is the meaning of Prabhupada saying like, if even one person becomes a pure devotee, I consider my movement a success? You know what that actually means? I hope at least one person will take this seriously in this material world. Because all are idiots, rascals. Nobody takes this seriously. I hope at least one person takes this seriously. He's saying in a humble way that I'll be successful if one person takes it. And he thinks that okay, at least I have served one person to become a pure devotee. He's thinking like that. But the reality is, he is doing his job perfectly. He, with that, his books can make trillions of devotees. The whole universe can be made into devotees by his books. But he is hoping, just like Kṛṣṇa said, Asmin nihe haiva, bhave bhave madunmukha, what is it? Tavatyantam, what is it? Nartitosmi sadagyavat. He said, I danced like a fool every single life, thinking that he will turn to me. Kṛṣṇa is calling himself fool. For having any little bit hope in us, he is thinking himself a fool because we are hopeless. So actually the insult is on us. But Kṛṣṇa is taking in such a humble way that I am fool actually, like a fool I danced. Hoping this soul will come back to me in this life. In this life he will come back to me. Why is he even interested in us? Why is he interested in us? We don't have any attractive quality. Kṛṣṇa is at least attractive. If we learn about him, we want to be with him. The more we learn about myself, I will be spitting at myself. Like, why is Kṛṣṇa even interested that, he will come back to me? Why is he even interested in us? What is so attractive in us that he's thinking, he will come back, so eagerly waiting for what? That is his mercy. Because just like a mother or a father, if the child goes bad, they will hope that he will become all right and come back. That is their love. So Kṛṣṇa, out of love, he is thinking, but he is thinking himself fool to have that hope. In other words, we are damn hopeless. So similarly, when Prabhupada said that I hope at least one devotee, that means we are so damn hopeless that one person to take his book seriously is also hard to find. So you should take the right way. Not that, Prabhupada became answers. You are saying Prabhupada answers. I am, first of all, not a successful student, not a sincere student. Then how will anything good come out of it? So anyway, the May 28th, all these things, the July 9th, they don't know anything. But when they throw such arguments, if we cannot represent Prabhupada properly, if we cannot represent Krishna properly, then we are bringing a bad name to Prabhupada, bad name to our Ritvik system, movement. So we should know our arguments. For that, I have to be interested in what arguments Prabhupada, how Prabhupada actually defeated that argument. Okay, let me actually note it down. Even when I'm reading, I should take notes, not that reading newspaper. Okay, nice. Put there. Not like this reading. Reading means there has to be some interest. Shrinvan, Supathan, Vicharana. Note taking should be there. Note making should be there. Of course, first reading can just be reading because even in your mind, you will register a few things. That's fine. But second, third, fourth, fifth reading, notes, take notes, and become more and more proficient in all the arguments, all the fine arguments, fine aspects of, you'll notice many things as you read again and again and again, which you did not notice before. And the same things which you noticed before will have newer meaning now because, this actually answers that point which I had, the doubt which I had. This statement is a very good answer to that. So we'll refine our arguments, we'll refine our knowledge. Like that, we will become fragrant. Fragrance, Prabhupada said, like the fragrant tree in the forest. So similarly, the message of Krishna consciousness is fragrant. It is very pleasant. So we should give off that to others. That's how we become, our reputation, our ISKM's reputation will grow. And that's how Prabhupada's reputation will grow. Everybody will respect Prabhupada. Not that I say Prabhupada, but Jai Prabhupada, and I jump like 10 feet high. And then when Prabhupada's argument is there, I cannot, then what Jai Prabhupada? All victory to Prabhupada. When I go there, I lose like anything. What victory is there? What kind of disciple? I'm putting Prabhupada in a bad light. I should know my stuff. Then it is Jai Prabhupada properly. Otherwise, only Jai Prabhupada, saying only, lip service. Action, nothing. Let all glories to Prabhupada. But when I'm trying to talk, I don't spread the glories of Prabhupada. Let Prabhupada be, seen like a failure or a loser. So, in order for Prabhupada and Krishna to be represented correctly, we have to know our stuff. And not just know, we should act on that stuff. We should act. Our people see us. When they see us, they should be inspired. We should be exemplary. And we don't have to try to be exemplary. No. Not that I should be known as a great devotee. No. I should just be interested in Krishna. That's it. That's the only thing that is required. I should be interested in Krishna. I should just want Krishna. Then automatically all these things will happen. Because if I'm interested, then I will pay more attention. I will do my service nicely. I will read nicely. I will hear nicely. I will speak nicely. All these things will come if I'm just interested in Krishna. And automatically people, when they see that, they will become inspired. So I don't need to extraneously try to impress people. No. I'm not here to impress people. We should be just here to be interested in Krishna. We cannot impress Krishna, we cannot impress people. We just have to be interested in Krishna. Automatically everything will be. So, stop it here. Any questions or comments on this topic? Yes.
How does one increase this greed that you say?
How to increase our greed for Krishna?
How to maintain?
Shravanam Kirtanam. These two things with attentiveness. That's it. Then we automatically become great. See, how will you, anything in this world, how will you want something unless you know about that thing? Right? Like, why would I be interested in, say, an iPhone or a Samsung phone or whatever, new smartphone or some new gadget? I would not be interested unless somebody tells, hey, look at this. Like, oh, I can do that. Oh, that's nice. And then I can do this. When you know about something, then, oh, actually, I think I want that. So similarly, why would we want Krishna? Why would we be interested in Krishna? Unless we know about him. If we know about him, oh wow, this is so nice. What if our friend was the best the perfect person. Krishna says, I'm everybody's friend. So, okay, well, then if we know about Krishna, oh yeah, actually he's so merciful. And then, wow, this point is so nice, this philosophy, this makes so much sense. So, in that way, when we hear with attentiveness, when we chant with attentiveness, automatically our hunger will increase. Our hunger will increase. Just a little bit interest. Okay, if I'm not interested in Krishna, never mind. Am I interested in myself, first of all? Do I really want to stop this suffering? Stop this birth and death? Because now we're all in the selfish platform. In fact, for a devotee, if he's interested in going back to Godhead, that is not a proper devotee. Because he wants still something out of this. That I want to go out of this material world, I don't want to take birth again. It's not pure devotional service. But that's where we all start. Because we have a problem with in our life, and yeah, everything doesn't make sense, or we're curious, we want to know more, or some distress, whatever it is. So if we are actually really interested in ourselves, so in the beginning there is no real greed for Krishna. If you see in the Bhagavad Gita, how did Krishna start his instruction? How did actually Bhagavad Gita start? Arjuna being interested in himself. How can I enjoy? He said in the 32nd verse of the first chapter and the 45th verse of the first chapter. He said, how will I enjoy if all my relatives are dead? With whom will I enjoy? That was his thinking. His thinking was how I will enjoy. And then when he saw that I cannot enjoy if I fight this war, that's when he went into confusion. It's all based on his own interest. And then when Krishna started, what did Krishna speak about? Become interested in me, your life will come pakka. No, he never said. He was saying about soul and body. Why? Because he is trying to tell us, first of all, who are you? Then you will be interested in yourself. Then you will understand that your actual interest is to serve Krishna. Because then you will be happy. Because you have to be happy. So in the beginning, that's why this philosophy is important. When you read, what happens? Prabhupada always says you are not the body, you are the soul, you are, in this way he is explaining to us. So if we really read, then we will know that whatever our confusions or lack of interest or all this is because of I thinking I am the body. Are you listening? Why do we have a lack of interest or lack of greed? Why? Just now I explained. You are not attentive. You asked the question. We have a lack of interest because I am not interested in myself. I think I am the body. That's why I don't have interest. Why? How does that make sense? That's because if I know I am the soul, then I know exactly where I belong. I belong to Krishna because he is the supreme soul. My relationship immediately gets very solidly known. I belong to Krishna. So my real friend is Krishna. I should love Krishna. So immediately that connection is established. But if I don't know I am the soul and I think I am this body, then I will try to be comfortable here and I will not be interested in Krishna. So first thing, how to get this greediness? Be greedy about yourself. Janma sarthak karo paropakar. First, make your life successful. How? Because we all want to be happy, right? Anandamaya abhyasa. So be interested in your own happiness then. That's where we begin. That's how Bhagavad Gita begins. Krishna is teaching us how we can be happy. He never said that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He never said that in the first, second chapter when he started speaking. He never said. He said who you are. You are soul, you are not the body, just like the clothes. So he is trying to separate our identity from the body. Because everything that we think that is good for us is, our calculation is that this will be good for my body. This will be good for my mind. This will be good for my intelligence. That's our problem. So Krishna is saying, you are not these things. Oh, if I'm not this, then what should I be interested in? So that's how it starts. So be interested in yourself. And Swarthagati, Swa Arthagati, the real self-interest. Once we're interested in ourselves, then we understand, like the finger, how can it be happy? If the finger is interested in its own happiness, it has to put food in the stomach. Right? Then it will get the strength. So similarly, if I'm interested in my own happiness, then I have to serve Krishna to be happy. Otherwise, I cannot be happy. So, okay, how to serve Krishna? How to serve? Who is Krishna? Why should I serve him? I'm not convinced actually that I have to serve Krishna. Although we are hearing, actually I'm not convinced, right? Otherwise, why would I be interested in myself? Why would I be interested in not serving Krishna? That means I'm not convinced completely that service to Krishna is the only way for my happiness. I'm not still convinced. So we have to increase our conviction. Shraddha should increase. That Shraddha will increase when we serve, when we read. That's why reading is important. Then we'll get the strength. Spiritual strength means the strength of conviction in Krishna. That is spiritual strength. Is that answer? No. Answers. So how to increase greed of Krishna means be interested in ourselves actually. Really be interested in ourselves. That's where it really starts. If you see the pattern of Bhagavad Gita, that's how it starts. Be interested, who know who you are. Be very attentive to understand carefully who you exactly are. We have heard this word soul, body. We are just throwing around those words. Do I really understand them? How much do I understand them? When I'm chanting Hare Krishna, what does that actually mean? I am a soul. I am not this body. Hare Krishna means Radha and Krishna. I belong to you. I am part and parcel of you. I am not a part and parcel of my family, my country, my gender, my species. I am not part of this. I am part of you. I am now engaging in my body and my bodily expansions, my family and service of them. I want to be a servant of you, Krishna. Please engage me in your service. That's the whole Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we are chanting, the whole philosophy is there in that Mahamantra. That's why it is said Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. It is the life of all knowledge. We just chant Shastika. What is that? All verses, Sri Krishna Sankirtan. No. What we are chanting, we don't know. Life of all transcendental knowledge, like this. Ratta Marufa. But are we understanding what we are saying? What is the meaning of life of all knowledge? It means the entire Vedic knowledge, the Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana is there in that Hare Krishna. So we are constantly reminded that I am not the body, I am the soul, I am a servant of Krishna, I should serve Krishna. Please engage me, Krishna, in your service. Beg for that. That is greed. That is what chanting is actually. This is my appointment with Krishna. I will, just like they have dates, the boy, girl, Valentine's Day date. Every now and then they have a date. So when suppose there is a date going on, boy, girl sitting around, and then the boy gets a phone call, and then he is answering, the girl will think, what is this? He's not attentive. So similarly, when we are chanting, it is our date with Krishna. So we are attentive. I hear what I'm saying. Hear Krishna's name. So serious about it. Commitment in the relationship. Yeah.
So maybe for a couple of days, maybe like you write instruction, okay, so I said you have to follow it. But how to become still, okay, this one Prabhupada said, like how Arjuna surrendered, like, Krishna was instructing, he just said, it's completely surrendered, like, to the whole life. So now we have to, we cannot compare ourselves to Arjuna, but how do we take that instruction, like, completely?
So the answer is to regularly hear. Because when we hear once, we'll be inspired for a while. After that, it fades. That's Maya's. So when it fades, we have to read again to again spike it. And then it will fade. So this is what is called that red hot iron, constantly big in the fire. Now when that is put in the fire and becomes red hot, wherever you touch, it will burn like fire. But after some time it won't burn, become cool down. Again put in the fire. So that regular thing, that's why it's necessary. Sadhana means regular basis reading, daily reading. Because if you are reading for 1 hour, 23 hours we are with Maya, 1 hour with Krishna. So that is important to do that daily, so that we are constantly reminded, and not just in from one angle, from many angles, why we should be interested in Krishna. Like different things are, when we read, there are all kinds of topics will come. We will be interested about Krishna from various different angles, infinite angles there are to spike our interest in Krishna. So that will, and if we also learn how to eventually take notes and go through those notes and remind ourselves and actually write about it, speak about it, then we'll also be constantly reminded of what we read. And when we speak, then we also want to do it. Yeah, I said that in the class, I should do that myself. So in that way, actually this class is not for anyone, for myself. So because I should remind myself of all these things. So in that way, I learn. I become a better devotee. If I'm thinking I'm a good devotee, then I'm gone. So how to keep ourselves inspired? By regularly reading it, regularly chanting, and being attentive.
Chanting, of course, that is the most compulsive for us chanting. But half of the time I'm chanting like because I have to chant. Like just to complete or something. And it is not able to chant.
Yeah, it will come eventually. Eventually it will come. So the question for those who are online is that while chanting, I'm just chanting to finish my rounds and not really with much interest in Krishna's name. Just because there is a number, I have to hit that number. I'm just chanting. Well, that's why, we are not expected to become pure devotees overnight because of our conditioning. But if we read regularly and chant regularly and try, whenever our mind goes astray, then we have to bring it back. Bring it back, hearing and then being interested in Krishna. Like Prabhupada said in that video which I shared the other day, you're dealing with Krishna, always be careful, Prabhupada said. You're dealing with Krishna. Just like if I'm dealing with the Prime Minister comes here, and I will, hi, will I do that? No, I will receive him nicely, So similarly, we are dealing with Krishna, who is the Prime Minister of everybody. So somebody who is so great, somebody who is so, at the same time, very dear, who really cared for us for so long when we did not care for him. So all these things, and also the songs of Vaishnava Acharyas, these all will help us remind ourselves. And then we have to engage in the service, not just all this theoretically read all this and no. Engage in service. Then also our realizations will actually increase. Otherwise, our realizations will become, when we engage in service, then we will realize those things. Until then, only we will probably remember and maybe a little bit understand for a while to an extent. But to actually realize it, to experience it, we have to engage in service and take risks for Krishna eventually. Preaching, it should go beyond our comfort zone. Then we will see Krishna's protection more and more. And what we read in that, we will remember. All these things we'll remember. So just by engaging in the service. Yeah. So Rajeshwari Mataji shared this. The Lord is always glorious, whether the devotee glorifies him or not. But if the devotee engages in glorifying the Lord, the devotee himself automatically becomes glorious. So 7, 9, 11, which is a very nice verse. The offering is for the benefit of the person who offered, but not the person who is offered to. Naivatmanah prabhurayam nijalabhapurno manam janada vidusham karuno vrinite yadyajjano bhagavate vidadhita manam तच्चात्मने प्रतिमुखस्य यथा मुखश्रीः The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always fully satisfied in Himself. Therefore, when something is offered to Him, the offering by the Lord's mercy, is for the benefit of the devotee. For the Lord does not need service from anyone. To give an example, if one's face is decorated, the reflection of one's face in a mirror is also seen to be decorated. So when we decorate Krishna, when we serve Krishna, we ourselves are served. It is benefit for our benefit. We should always be humble and know that we are now nobody actually. It's all for Krishna. And then we will also be. So, I mean, what was your question? No. Second. How to become sthira? I already mentioned that we have to regularly. What was the second part of the question? Yeah, when I'm chanting, I'm just, mechanical rather than with bhava or priti. So it will eventually come. Eventually it will come. As long as we do the proper way, and eventually we'll become more and more and more steady. Our length of time for our perfection. Prabhupada said 1 second, 1 minute you can become completely. It's all based on sincerity. It's all based on how serious we are. So if we're not serious, Bahujanma kare jadi Shravan Kirtan Tabudana Paya Krishna Padeke. If we're not sincere. Millions of lifetimes you can chant and hear and do all these things, nothing will happen. Same rascal will remain. So sincere means not that I have to be attentive while hearing. I have to put it into application. I have to engage in service, practically engage. Otherwise, what I'm learning? Oh, Prahlad Maharaj served this way. Dhruv Maharaj served that way. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu served this way. What am I serving? So, Prahlad Maharaj is known as Kṛṣṇa Graha Grahitātma. Yato Nishchalatis, 626. 624 also she quoted. Sanishchayana yoktavya yoga nirvanna chetasa. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith and not be deviated from the path. Yato nishchalati. So this is actually the answer to your question. 626. What am I doing? 626. Yato nishchalati manas chanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamya etad vasham. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So every time we notice that it has gone away, okay, bring it back. Because sometimes we don't even notice. After some time we'll notice. Okay, bring it back. Like that. Okay, I'll stop it here. Kṛṣṇa Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.